So what does quality mean in a software product? You hear about quality all the time. You need to build a quality product. But what does it really mean? Right? As a founder, what's your mindset behind the quality of your software product? How do you improve or reduce the quality of your product? Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about what I think determines the quality of a software product. If you're here for the first time, my name is Bulama Yusuf. I'm the founder of Intellectual Apps and Bulama.io. At Intellectual Apps, we build apps for startups, while at Bulama.io, I offer tech leadership to startups. So let's get into the video with an example. Let's say we have three types of engines: engine type A, engine type B, and engine type C. Engine type A took a long time to engineer, but this engine is made up of several parts, hundreds of parts that come together for the engine to function, that you put inside a car. If something goes bad with this engine, you can identify the part, take it out, and replace it. So they're doing an oil change, I need to change the oil filter or replace the alternator or the water pump. You can easily identify those parts and take them out and replace it without changing the whole engine. Now, engine type B took less time to design when compared to engine type A, but this engine is just a single block. If anything goes wrong, you have to replace the whole engine. Right? So you take the whole engine, put it inside the vehicle. If anything goes wrong, you have to remove that engine and replace it with another engine. Now, engine type C is very similar to engine type B. The only difference is once you put engine type C into a vehicle, you can't remove it. If something goes wrong with that engine, then the whole vehicle and the engine have to be replaced. So looking at these three types of engine, type A, type B, and type C, which one of them would you say is of higher quality? Is it the one that took longer time to engineer or the one that took less time to engineer? Is it the one that's easier to maintain or the one that's harder to make changes, to the fact that you need to even replace the whole engine if something goes bad? Now let's come back to quality and your software product. What determines quality in your software product? As a founder, what you're essentially doing is you have an idea of a solution to a problem that's out there. And to solve that problem, to bring your solution to life, you go through some processes that produce your software product. You take your software product into the market and you get feedback. And that cycle repeats. You make changes, go through the process, produce the product, take it to the market, get feedback, and that cycle continues. So essentially, your product is like an engine that you're building, trying to fit that product to the problem you're solving in the market. Right? When you talk about product market fit, that's all you want to achieve as a startup founder, isn't it? But the issue is, on the idea and the problem side, things are quite fluid. Things can easily change. You may come in contact with new information that invalidates your initial hypothesis. Therefore, you have to come back to the drawing board, redesign, make changes to your product, and then test it in the market again. Or your idea may still be okay, but then the problem itself changes, right? Something is discovered and you need to make adjustments in order for you to solve that problem. So you come back, make changes to your product and test it out there in the market, right? So it's a cycle you keep on going through. So essentially what you're doing with your software product is like building an engine. Would you rather have a product that allows you to easily modify and quickly change, or you want a product you can quickly develop, but then each time you need to make a change, you have to throw it away? Right? So what really determines the quality of a software product? Is it how many features you have in the product? Is it how fast you're able to release features in the market? Is it how well that product solves the problem? All these are things to aim for and they really make sense. But in my opinion, what determines the quality of a software product is ease of change. How easy is it for you and your team to modify this product? If it's hard for you to make changes, then I feel the quality of that piece of software isn't high. Let's say you're trying to solve a problem and you realize that the users of your product want things to be done in a different way, right? So let's say maybe they don't want to be able to, or let's say they want to be able to now log in with their social accounts, right? So you built your product, it didn't have social login, but now the nature of the problem you're solving has changed because your users are demanding for social login. And then you come back to the drawing board, but then you realize that for you to add social login is going to be near impossible because the way the product was built, adding social login is going to cause a ripple effect throughout the whole product. So many changes have to be made in so many places because everything is tied together. It's tightly knit, right? It's like type B and type C engines. Wouldn't it be better if when you want to add social login, all you need to do is build that social login part and then plug it into your product? As simple as that. So a product that allows you to achieve that, as far as I'm concerned, is a high quality product. Ease of change, right? So for those of you building products, software products in your startup, I believe that the ease of change is what determines the quality of your product. For those of you who are a bit more technical, there's this concept of domain-driven design. I think all it's trying to achieve is to get you to build a software product, to build an engine that closely maps the problem you're trying to solve, such that if anything moves or shifts or is introduced in the domain of that problem you're trying to solve, your software already captures that very well. And you can easily take things and components around, shift them around, or even add new components and just plugs into the existing model you have. Ease of change. And if your product is built with ease of change, it means when new developers join the team, they can easily understand what your product is all about, build a mental model, and quickly contribute to it. So if your software product does not have that quality of ease of change, then I don't think you have a high quality product. If you have any comments to add to this video, please add it below. If you feel someone else will find this useful, please share the video. And if you're new here and you're not subscribed, please subscribe.